Welcome back to day 2 of working on the Triumph Spitfire. Last night I started cutting out all the useless stuff that we wouldn't be using, such as the wiper motor. I mean, if you need the wiper motor and you're in a convertible, you have bigger issues. But anyways, cut out all the old junk wiring that needs to be redone. Good thing this engine literally runs off of one wire. But this morning I'm going to start by wire wheeling the firewall and the frame and Craigslist rebuilding it. And then I'm gonna also rebuild all of the floors. And then, yeah, we'll start with that. All right, I got the first coat of paint on the floor and first coat on the firewall and the frame. It's definitely not perfect. It wasn't prepped right, but good enough for who it's for. Just has to look better than what it did. Got for the hardware, more paint, hardware for the oil pan on the motor, so we can bolt that back up and hopefully we'll get the engine in today. We'll see. Calling that good for the paint. I'm aware it looks bad. Look at the rest of the car. Gonna put the wheels back on so I can roll it outside and clean up this mess. Floor is good enough. Yeah. I gotta wait for Alex to get here and then we can hopefully stuff the engine in it. Just finished up bolting up the oil pan on the Isuzu diesel. Came out pretty good. Put RTV on both layers of the rubber gasket just to make sure it seals. Now this oil pan was heavily modified so that it fits in the Spitfire. It used to have wings that came off on both sides, so it was shortened and welded. And yeah, this motor should be ready to go in.
All right, we're kind of shoehorning this engine in here right now. We got the cherry picker. Little diesel's gonna live. All right, so we've gotten this far. We gotta get the engine mounts lined up, but we got the transmission mount in. The drive shaft is right here, as scary as that is. Yeah, that's an update. We're about to get this on, so we'll throw the time lapse back on. All right, the engine's in, but we gotta shim these up because it hits in the oil filter over here. The oil filter is currently resting on the rack and pinion bushing, which is not gonna fly because this engine is a diesel and it shakes like hell. So we're gonna shim these up a little bit and call that good, I think. Throw a battery in it, some fuel, and try to get it fired up. So yeah, that's how we're looking back here. It's gonna be a tight fit. It's a big transmission in a little car. This is the stock transmission to one of these. That gearbox sits way up front in that car, and your shifter comes all the way back. So they're pretty small. That's the original engine. Real little guy. So right now Elliot's lifting up the engine so we can shim those mounts. Jet ski shims.
You want to tell me when that's in the air?
Yep.
I have to pry bar it.
I'd have to.
Go down. Keep this one on.
Alright, we'll shim it and we'll be back. Alright, we got the jet ski shims in that engine mount there. Got that oil filter up just enough to clear, just so we can get it running. We'll re-shim it later if it's got any issues. She's looking pretty good so far.
Pretty sure what hardware it is.
It's definitely a shoehorn fit in this little car, but it'll be pretty neat. All 60 horsepower this thing's gonna make. Alrighty, we got the oil lines kind of rigged up. The turbo's not on, obviously. That's just to prevent leaks. We got it filled with oil. Some of the wiring is being worked on right now. We got it to crank over though, so that's good. We're about to go get some starting fluid to see if it'll pop off, and then we're gonna throw some fuel to it.
Oh boy.
All right, here we go. This isn't gonna be good. Oh God.
It's very clanky.
Yeah, that timing seems to be off.
It's gonna be loud as.
Oh.
I don't know what I was just seeing, but there's a lot there.
Oh,
I know what it
from
is.
the
Never
manifold.
mind. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Hey, there we go.
I don't like my hand that close to the fan.
Right. Oh, you're fine. It's only fingers.
Little update video on the Triumph Spitfire. I didn't film anything today. I apologize for that, and a lot happened. We got it running. It runs great. It's a little hard to cold start. I have to wire in the glow plugs. The drive shaft, the one that came with the car, was too short by about 3 inches, so we had to chop up another Spitfire drive shaft and lengthen it. But that's all good to go. There it is right there. There's where we chopped it and lengthened it. It starts up tomorrow. I have to figure out the clutch bracket. This just isn't gonna work. And hopefully drive it out of here. We're gonna drive it up onto the trailer and take it back to my shop where I can wire in everything else and put a cooling system on. And then of course, the Terpski. But it's coming along. Very happy with today's progress. Just to show you guys, it doesn't need work. Trusty switch. Sometimes it needs a little help. We need to fix the glow plugs.